Mana pitch. Centuries ago, we built a city on this coast to exploit a vast underground supply event. A black, viscous raw material we refined into powerful mana gems. Soon after, the city became a magnet for unlikely events known as glitches, and improbable people called glitchers. Eventually, most citizens came to call Managlitch City by a new name. We present Managlitch, City of Accidental Wonders. Do try to keep your aura clear, citizen.
Glenn SevenFiftyFive here. No fancy tight beam superluminosity today. No, we're sending on Z frequency 2308 from back home in Managlitch, where we belong. Broadcasting by net, info tower, and data scry every open period, we're here to help you stay grounded in the City of Accidental Wonders. As the month of heat days in year 715 winds down, the city is in turmoil. Of course, the news of High Minister Schaefer's assassination got back to Managlitch almost immediately, though it was a few more days before your humble host returned. I might have made it back quicker, but there were inconvenient questions to be avoided, further business of the underground to conduct, and, most importantly, a transbeam reservation that couldn't be moved up no matter how many pit marks I waved at them. Frankly, I was lucky not to be cavity searched at the transbeam station once my capsule reintegrated. My press credentials helped a lot, but I don't need to tell any of you that the Ministry of Order is angry right now. I mean, all of the arms of the City Council are in uproar, of course, but the Public Health Board and the Civic Education Bureau aren't out on the streets with stun sticks and meld crystal helmets. Probably. My point is, I have never seen the Ministry crack down like this. There are patrols all over the city. They're checking identity papers, asking nosy questions, and just generally getting into your business. They must have called in every single weekend reservist and potential trainee to put this many warm bodies out there. And there's a lot of protective custody happening, even south of the Portal Blast Scar, where the Ministry used to leave you alone unless you were screaming and firing shots into the brickwork. And the worst part of it is, now they've got an excuse they can sell to the public. People are getting stupid out there lately. I don't mean rowdy drunks after a Fliegenball championship. I'm talking about real criminal behavior, which is just surging bizarre in these times. It's not like it's hard to make an honest living around here. There are a million things that need doing in Managlitch City for a living wage or better, and there are employers who want to pay you for it. And not just for the unchanged. Even a glitcher can find legit work if they want. Or something a little more exciting if they're in the mood. Folks here don't need to knife each other over a measly few pit marks, but it's happening. On top of that, the Crasher situation has gotten ugly again. My sources hear of multiple sightings a night, often resulting in death or injury. Oh, Artemis Sable and her little clan aren't sitting quiet. Plenty of Crasher demons don't get to attempt a second attack on everyone once they show up. But 12 million people live in this city, and she can't be everywhere. Besides, the Ministry really wants to talk to her after dramatic slaying of Schaefer's assassin on Terra Epsilon, and somehow she doesn't seem much interested in the interview. I expect that makes her evenings a little more complicated. Speaking of interviews, both Prime Cybercaster MacAllen and Princess Swiftstorm have released statements about the murder. You know, they've been playing their little three-way influence game with High Minister Schaefer for as long as I can remember, but there's a big difference between some political rivalry and actually wanting your opponent dead. Not counting the occasional furious moment, anyway. So this is what MacAllen had to say.
This unwarranted attack on one of Managlitch City's most well-known citizens is a senseless tragedy. Obviously, the accusation of treason made by his assassin does not even bear inquiry. Schaefer always demonstrated unimpeachable ethics, and none could doubt his commitment to the city. Despite the loss of their chief executive, I'm pleased to see that the Ministry of Order is functioning even better than we'd hoped. Our society, our identity as a proud, strong people, is too solid to be threatened by the deviant elements that would tear it down and doom us to chaos. We all must do what we can, and the Cybercasters Guild is no exception. As of now, I am making the resources of the Cybercasters Guild available at need to the City Council, especially to the Ministry of Order. Interim Council Minister Amira and I have had productive conversations already about the best ways to keep our city functioning at its peak during these shadowed times. Once the new High Minister has been chosen, I look forward to working closely with them to return Managlitch City to the light where it belongs.
I don't doubt he'd like to be working closer with the Council. Schaefer used to be pretty good at keeping Cybercasters and royal family members from meddling much in the Council's business, but he's out of the way now. At least MacAllen refrained from openly salivating at the opportunity that fortune's handed him. Naturally, the palace had a statement to make also. Princess Swiftstorm could make a claim to being a little more traumatized than MacAllen, since she was right there for the whole awful business. Still, she couldn't afford politically to hide behind the palace doors and keep quiet about the tragedy. Let me just run that one next.
I deeply regret that despite my best efforts, the cybercasting technology I wore on Terra Epsilon was not enough to prevent High Minister Schaefer's pointless death. I would like to offer Managlitch City's gratitude to the families and loved ones of the brave men and women who died doing their best to protect Schaefer and myself. Their sacrifice will not be forgotten. Speaking as a survivor of the attack, I do not believe the assassin known as Blackwing could have done what she did without the help of others, and I ask both the Ministry of Order and the law enforcement of Terra Epsilon to leave no stone unturned in their investigations. For the sake of both our worlds, everyone involved with this horrible crime must be brought to justice. This is a difficult time for all of us here in the city. However, I believe the proud citizens of Managlitch will weather any challenge by standing firm and standing together. There is not another city in the 41 worlds like ours, and I believe in each and every one of you. I know you won't let each other down.
And there you have voices from upon high. Though, I mean, cynicism's easy, but the princess isn't wrong. Everyone's a little scared now, and it's so easy to act crazy when you're scared. But we can't let this cert tear us apart. If we do all of fear's dirty work for it... Listen, it takes time and effort for someone to hunt you down and shoot you. It takes time and effort for a crasher to lie in wait, then spring upon you and rip you a new bleeding hole. But once you let the everyday fear take hold, the actual monsters out there don't even need to bother anymore. You'll destroy your own life and the lives of everyone around you all by yourself. I'm not saying there's nothing out there to worry about. Protect yourself. Be smart on the street. But the generic, undirected fear, that kind of fear, it's a cancer that will eat your soul. It's like... No, I'm not playing this game. Cohorts, the more I think about this, the surer I am. Someone out there wants every single one of us afraid and alone. Someone wants to split this city into a warren of paranoid, isolated individuals who will hide under their tables and let everything burn. I don't know why they want this, but I do know they'll not get it from me. No one's more familiar with afraid and alone than a glitcher. I'll tell you right now, this glitcher is not cowering under his table. No, I am telling you. Someone out there is messing with Managlitch, and I am already over it. Princess, on Terra Epsilon, you hinted you've heard this broadcast. I am here tonight saying to you, the Underground stands ready to help any way it can. You know what? Surrogate, we'll help the Ministry of Order if you ask us to. Okay, and Glitchers, y'all out there, you're gonna help. Any of you out there. Heck, any unchanged listener to this. If you see anything, if you hear anything, this is the place to bring it. I'm not a top listing on the Info Tower search pages, but make a little effort. You'll get in touch with me. I am not standing by while someone screws with my home, and I'm asking you to make the same decision. So, and that's where we are with that. About the only good thing I can say about the situation in the city right now is that it's a fine time to be looking for special employment. Glitchers with the right talents are in high demand as bodyguards, paid investigators, couriers, and more. For example, a friend of a little bird told me that our old cohort Kinson, he's making regular trips to Nibiron as part of some major expedition. Now, we haven't found out yet what they're doing, or who's paying for it, but there aren't a lot of people in Managlitch City who can order ether ships around like taxicabs. And as one of the few who might, Mistress Messier told one of my better sources that she has nothing to do with it. Anyway, if you're looking for a little something to supplement your income or smother your boredom, you can talk to Mortimer 212 about some potential employers, Liz 391 knows some more, and your humble host can point you in a profitable direction or two himself. Get in touch. Top of all this, one of our favorite sources of light entertainment's off the air. I'm sure most of you have heard, but the Glitchbusters series has gone into indefinite hiatus. They've been in seclusion since their lost time experience at the old Van Hatterall building. The word now is they're suffering lingering, unexplained effects from that incident, and they've been unable to continue the production. A few messages from them have popped up on their social datanet accounts asking for support and good wishes, but everyone knows such posts usually come from the keyboard of a production company intern, so they don't count for much. We all hope they're well, and that the lingering effects are a temporary discomfort rather than something more sinister. I know a few people who would very much like to talk to the Busters about their little time trip, and they can't seem to get a line in by any means. That's a little bit unusual. Hey, Glitchbusters, here's hoping that all is fine and we see you again soon. I miss your show. Speaking of sinister effects, folks with reason to be near the Scar were badly startled yesterday afternoon. All was quiet enough around the abandoned Edisari Plaza subtrain station when suddenly an immense flock of scavenger birds streamed from the stairwell into the sky. The ongoing torrent of dark, shrieking birds continued to spew from the opening for nearly 4 hours. The linear flock flew west over the city along the Scar, abruptly dispersing when it reached the coast. This flapping river of the sky severely creeped out just about everyone in its path. I was in the area handling some errands, and I seriously considered heading indoors and staying there for the next week or so. The few souls brave or foolish enough to head down into the subtrain station afterwards found no origin for the birds, though the birds did leave behind, byproducts. If Edisari Plaza hadn't been disused before, it probably would be now. So now that I'm a bit nauseated even thinking about that, it's time to wrap up for the evening. I haven't been getting enough rest lately, and I have the oddest feeling I'll be wanting it soon. So, tune in again next open period when we'll once again broadcast by net, info tower, and data scry. This is Glenn SevenFiftyFive for Managlitch City Underground, shutting down Z frequency 2308. Remember, keep your aura clear and stay grounded. The voice of Managlitch City Underground today was Michael O'Brien as Glenn SevenFiftyFive. Kralovna voiced Princess Swiftstorm as narrator and in person. Mako Allen performed Prime Cybercaster Surrus MacAllen. Episode 13, Fallout, was written by Michael O'Brien and script edited by Kralovna. Our theme music is Crime of the Century by Consortium 499 on the web at reverbnation.com/Consortium499. All other content is copyright 2015, Glitch City Media. Visit our website at Managlitch.com for more information about the city and links to our podcast archives. If you have questions about the world of Managlitch City, email them to Glenn SevenFiftyFive at Managlitch.com or leave them as comments on our website, and we may use them in a future episode.